Good morning. My name is Bob Wagan. I'm Vice President for Administration and Finance, and it's my indeed honor and pleasure to welcome you here this morning for the groundbreaking of the new College of Pharmacy building. It's a beautiful day in many different ways here on the campus. The weather is gorgeous. The students are bustling around. It's a fine day, and having all of you here for this groundbreaking brings warmth to our hearts, and it's indeed an honor to have so many students, faculty, but most of all, the alum that have come back to help us and be part of this groundbreaking. But this is really about one group of people. It's those students that you see behind us that are in those white coats. They are the students. They are the people that are our future. They are the vision of the university. They are the future of Rhode Island. They are the future of our economy. They are the future of America. And they're being educated right here at the University of Rhode Island. This new building that many of you have helped to fund, as well as the voters of Rhode Island to help to fund, will be a state-of-the-art, and I know that's an old term, but will be a state-of-the-art research and teaching facility, bar none. One of the finest in the country, and we will have it here at the University of Rhode Island. As you stand here or sit here on these grounds, you will look around you and you will see a gorgeous building behind us and a rather ugly building behind you. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I would like to give you a few facts about the College of Pharmacy and the University of Rhode Island. In 1963, there was a similar groundbreaking on the southern part of our campus for then the new Health Sciences building that was eventually named the Fogarty Building. Back in 1963, there were 1,200 freshmen entering the University of Rhode Island. This year, there'll be over 3,100 freshmen that entered into the University of Rhode Island this year. 1963, there were approximately 6,000 undergraduate and graduate students, 6,000 undergraduate and graduate students here at URI. Right now, we are just shy of 16,000 students here at the University of Rhode Island with 2,500 employees. This is a village in and of itself. The URI freshman enrollment for pharmacy when that building was first envisioned was to have approximately 40 to 45 freshmen in a 5-year baccalaureate degree, a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree. The college was rather new, and the 5-year program was a national standard. Today, the freshman class that entered today, this fall, was 130 freshmen. The total class back in '63 was approximately 425. The total class now is almost 700 students and will soon be in the future much larger than that. We have grown exponentially from 1963 to today and even further. Last year, the freshman class in pharmacy was only 95 to 100 students. We're increasing that number of students by over 30% with this new building. Ron Jordan said to me earlier today, Bob, the reason why you have to complete it in 2 years is because we promised these students they would have a facility in 2 years, and we will. This is an important student for all those students back there. I want to thank all of you for being here and celebrating. The Fogarty building is approximately 6,700 square feet. This new building will be about 148,000 square feet. The finest research laboratories. It'll be environmentally sensitive, a sustainable design. It will be LEED certified, and it will provide the research facilities that our students and our faculty need so much. It will cost approximately $75 million from everything from architects, the bond issuance fee, to construction. But we were very fortunate that the voters of Rhode Island back in 2006 approved a $65 million bond issue, plus $10 million of private fundraising. We will be able to build the entire facility. It will be a great place to learn, to do research. One of the people who was clearly and squarely behind us from the very beginning was the governor of the state of Rhode Island, Donald L. Carcieri. We've had over the last few years a number of groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, and celebrations of new buildings. The building behind me, the biotechnology building, was a $59 million building that was partially funded by voters and partially by donors as well. new buildings at Lippert Hall, Swan Hall, the Pell Center down at the Bay campus, and now the College of Pharmacy building, and soon, in the near future, will be a College of Nursing and the chemistry new building, all here in this North Campus. The building that's behind me, which is the Biological Sciences building, we call it the Center for Biotechnology and Life Sciences, was just completed in January. It is the image of what the rest of this campus will be like. 2 years from now, when you come back for the ribbon cutting, the building that behind you will be totally eliminated. For many of us, we can't wait for the brutalistic architecture of this building to go down. I pledge to all of our staff that we could be the first ones on that demolition ball, making sure it gets blown up. It was constructed at a time when this architecture, and if you're all familiar with the Fine Arts Building, the same architect, I think, did the same thing over there. It was a period where people were thinking about new and innovative design. And perhaps it was at that time. It is no longer. The first issue will be to demolish that building, and we will create a quad that will be at the same level you're sitting today, that will extend to the east to the Coastal Institute building, and to the south, the brand new College of Pharmacy building. This will be a grand and glorious campus where researchers and students in biotechnology and life sciences, in pharmacy, in the coastal area, will be able to interact in a new and different way. This has been the vision of so many people, including the governor of the state of Rhode Island, and please welcome him, Donald L. Carcieri. Governor.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Bob. Thank you very much, Bob. And let me acknowledge Senator Whitehouse, who's here, Lieutenant Governor Roberts, that I know you're going to hear from. You got Judge Caprio here from the Board of Regents. You've got President Dooley. You're going to hear from as well, and a great program here. And Dean Jordan, it's already been referenced, Dean, and my friend and huge benefactor to this university in so many ways over so long a period of time, and this just epitomizes it, is Tom Ryan. So thank you, Tom. I am very, very pleased to be here. I have to say, the elephant in the room, though, before I start saying anything, is Saturday's game. Because everybody's come up to me since I've come in here, and as you all know, it's a hard one for me since it's the Governor's Cup. And I played on that field at Brown as well as down here. And lots of my friends were at the University of Rhode Island. My wife's a graduate, and it's this flagship university for the state. So it always puts me in a very, very difficult position on Saturday. But I have to tell you, it's always, I was telling Tom, I was telling President Dooley, it's always a great game. Always a great game. And I said to Thor earlier, nobody down here needs to have their heads down. They played a phenomenal game, and it was a tough day. But I said, look, you've won it 3 times. Brown needs to get it once. Anyway, that was sort of the elephant in the room. This is really a great, great story, and I am thrilled to be here. It doesn't seem that long ago since I was here and we cut the ribbon for the building in back of us, which in my judgment is probably the finest building in terms of its design that I have seen anywhere. And it made a real statement about how we feel about the university's role in our state and our state's economy, and the direction we see the university going. This facility today that we're breaking ground for is another major statement in that direction. I felt strongly since I came into this job that we need this university to be leading in science and research and leading the state. And I'm proud to see, and I see Bob Crothers here. Thank you for being here, Bob. His leadership previously, and I've forgotten how many buildings you dedicated, but it was 51. All right, he held up 5-1. All right, but it's important. And then buildings don't make everything. I understand that. As a business person, it's your people that make you successful at the end of the day. But you got to have the resources to work with. You have to have the resources to work with. And under Bob's leadership for all those years and the support of the taxpayers, I think in my judgment this university is looking better and stronger than it ever has, and that makes me very, very proud. I was a big supporter when Bob came to me several years ago when I first came in and said he had this vision for the North Campus here, and making it a science and research-based end of the campus and building a whole series of new buildings, the first one being the Center for Biotechnology in back of us here. back of me in front of you, and this one being the second piece of that. And then the vision for what might be able to develop over time here in terms of spin-offs out of all of this research and the great work being done. So from my perspective, as I said, I'm thrilled to be here. I really am. I mean that sincerely, because this is tough times, you know that. There's never enough money, and right now it seems like less and less. But it's a tough time for the nation as well as the state. But you know, I'm old enough, we've been through these. We will come out of this. We will come out of it, and if we do it the right way, make these kinds of investments along the way, we'll come out of it stronger. And that's what's important, because the young people back there that are going to be studying, hopefully, in this building, and they're going to be the ones that are going to develop the kinds of technologies, have the skills and talents that are going to propel the economy of this state forward, or wherever they choose to be, and I hope it's Rhode Island. So thank you. Thanks, Tom, your leadership here in CVS in terms of your generosity for not only this building, but so many things is hugely appreciated by all of our citizens. I mean that sincerely. And with David Dooley here following the tradition that's been established, but I think leading the state university forward in the direction of research, I look for great, great things happening here. So I'm thrilled to be here this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. A person who has led not only the Board of Higher Education, Board of Governors for Higher Education, but also is a member of the Board of Regents, as the Governor mentioned, is our Chairman, Frank Caprio. One of the hallmarks of Frank Caprio's chairmanship has been his untiring desire to make sure that higher education is affordable and accessible to all students throughout Rhode Island. His personal story is one that is heartwarming and sincere. And he has brought that story and that passion and that vision to everything that he has done on the Board of Governors for Higher Education. He indeed has been a true leader for the students, for the people of Rhode Island. Please welcome our chairman, Frank Caprio.
Thank you, Bob. Distinguished guests and members of the University of Rhode Island family. You know, John Kennedy said victory has 100 fathers, and indeed, this project has 100 fathers, and everyone had a significant role. It was originally the vision of Bob Carruthers and Dean Don Latendere, and now of Dean Jordan. You know, but the proposal first came before the Board of Governors, and very few people know that when the first proposal came before the board for the approval of the new School of Pharmacy, it was, I think, in the area of $45 million. The administration, I remember Bob Carruthers coming before the board, and they made such a compelling argument for the construction of a new building that we decided, why don't we go for the whole thing? So we'll ask for $65 million. We'll ask for the entire thing. And to the credit of Governor Carcieri and of the legislative leaders, they authorized the issuance of the entire $65 million back then in 2006. If not, we'd have an additional 15 or 20 million that would have had to been raised. So that's we thank the governor, we thank the legislature, and the courage of the members of the Board of Governors at that time. This building, as was mentioned earlier, is not just bricks and mortar. It really is a place where young people will be able to reach their full potential and their dreams and get the best possible education. So we look forward to that. We share the excitement, the exhilaration, and the enthusiasm of the students and their parents who will be so proud to send them here. So, as we look forward, we wish all of you well. We wish all the students, and incidentally, the students and the faculty of the School of Pharmacy could give all the politicians a lesson in campaigning. Because when this bond issue was floated, right, the students in their white coats manned all of the polls. They went to football games and they passed out palm cards. They got their families out, they got their friends, and they were very instrumental in getting this proposal approved by the voters of the state of Rhode Island. So we congratulate them, and I guess some of them are minoring in political science as well as majoring in pharmacy. So on behalf of the entire Board of Governors for Higher Education, we wish President Dooley well as construction goes forward. We look forward to your leadership of this great institution. And we look forward to Dean Jordan as well. So thank all of you for coming here today and continue the high tradition at the University of Rhode Island. Good luck.
Thank you, Frank. There are many public officials who are with us here today, and I've tried to capture all of them, and I probably will forget a few. But I know that Kathy Fogarty and Paula Yeti, who are chair and vice chair of the South Kingstown Town Council, are with us here today someplace. If you raise your hand, we'd love to say thank you both for coming. Polly, as you know, is the wife of our former president, Ted Eddy. We also have in the audience Senator Leo Blaze, who is a graduate of this College of Pharmacy program and a state senator. Leo, please raise your hand if you're here someplace in the back. We lost a fine state representative who represented this university extremely well. Not that he has passed away, he is not. He is very much alive, but I'll tell you, when he went to work for the university in so many legislative matters, he never, ever stopped. He was a bulldog when it came to fighting for things at URI, and that is former State Representative Pat Shanley, who I know is right over there. I'm assuming that his successor is also here, Professor Michael Rice, who now represents us very well, but I'm sure Mike is here someplace. Give him a round of applause. Unfortunately, Senate President Teresa Paiva-Wheat could not be here, but in her stead, she sent a URI alum, Ed Marone, who's here representing the state Senate. So, Ed, thank you for coming. A fine graduate of the University of Rhode Island College of Pharmacy, and he wears his colors well, former General Treasurer, Anthony Solomon. Tony? Anthony. And also a former state senator who is now on the staff at the University of Rhode Island, former senator and former mayor of the city of Cranston, John O'Leary. John is back here as well. It is indeed a great honor to introduce U.S. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. In just his very short, brief first term, Sheldon has made a real name for himself, not only here in Rhode Island, but also in Washington, on health care issues, on issues with regard to foreclosures and bankruptcies, on all the issues that are really meaningful for the people of Rhode Island. Sheldon has worked very, very hard and has really developed a true positive, extremely positive representation for himself in Washington, D.C. Please welcome our Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Thank you, Bob, and I'm very honored to be here and join the other dignitaries in welcoming you all to a very, very exciting occasion. It's an honor to be here with our governor and our lieutenant governor, with President Dooley and his predecessor, President Carruthers, with our board chairman, Frank Caprio, and with many, many, many old friends. But my thanks are primarily to the people of Rhode Island who saw the wisdom of this investment and who supported the bond issue and put it through, and to CVS Caremark and Tom Ryan, who championed a very, very significant gift to make sure that we have the facility that we have today. So very much here in an expression of gratitude to them, and it's exciting to keep coming to the University of Rhode Island to open these wonderful new festivities. It seems just yesterday we were here opening the Biotech and Life Sciences building, and then down at GSO for the Ocean Science and Exploration building. They are beautiful buildings. They're buildings that will last, that we will be proud of, and they reflect the vision of a great many people and the hard work of a great many people. I want to applaud the University of Rhode Island for winning $18 million in federal grants to support the equipment that will come in to support these students. And on behalf of your enthusiastic and proud delegation, I want to assure you of our continuing support for the endeavors here at URI. We are all proud of you, and this is a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Roberts. Having sat in that seat, she and I often talk about the kinds of things that she has gone through, some of the problems, some of the high points. But one of the things we often kind of needle her about is that, like the governor, she's a Brown graduate and she comes down here to URI, normally right after the ball game, to celebrate Brown's victory. The governor has already done that, so she doesn't have to get up here and talk about Brown University today. She has been, though, an extremely strong supporter of the university in so many different ways. She has been here all the time talking about the issues that are important. She has supported us with regard to our bond issues, with regard to our budget. She has indeed been a superb expert in the area of healthcare and fighting for healthcare reform in the state of Rhode Island. And that's what this is all about, is making things better for Rhode Islanders. Please welcome our Lieutenant Governor, Elizabeth Roberts.
Thank you. And I will stand here instead as a biology major, as an undergraduate, and somebody who has an intense interest in some of the very research dollars that Senator Whitehouse was talking about, that we are now seeing come to this university. And even more exciting in many respects is the collaborative research. And I saw Christine Smith here from the Science and Technology Advisory Council. We're now seeing higher education break down some of those barriers that have existed, and instead of the rivalry that we see on the football field, we're seeing the collaboration in the science labs, and that can only be good, not only for the future of science, but for the future of our state. So let me say it is wonderful to be here with the governor, with Chairman Caprio, with President Dooley, certainly with Senator Whitehouse. We don't get to see him here as often at this time of year, and Dean Jordan. What an exciting day. And to Tom Ryan, I had a moment to say thank you in person. Let me say thank you publicly, because this is really also a public-private collaboration with the taxpayers and CVS Caremark joining together to commit to the future of this school. Let me say that there's no bigger issue in America right now than healthcare reform, jobs and healthcare reform, and we're talking about both here today. We are talking about economic growth in our state, a lot of which is going to be driven by the very graduates I see at the back of the room, by the development of this end of campus, and the excitement that we felt several months ago and we feel again today. It is really something great to see happening. And as we look at healthcare reform, let me say to all of you in the white coats that not only are we thinking about how we kind of change insurance and change how we fund healthcare, we're going to be talking about how we deliver healthcare. And pharmacy is going to be a huge piece of that discussion, and your roles in healthcare of the future and the important role you play for people with chronic disease and other kinds of illness. You are a valuable member of the healthcare team, and this school is going to be able to do research not only on the science of how you deliver that care, but also on the team that needs to be created to make sure that pharmacy plays the right role in maintaining our health. So this is a very exciting day. To all the alumni, congratulations. To the university, this will be one of many days we will see in the coming years. And to the people of the state of Rhode Island who have had the vision to invest in this university, the amazing change during President Carruthers' tenure that will continue during President Dooley's. This is great for the university and great for the state. Thank you.
I'd like to mention a few people that had a great deal to do with this project. As we all know, it has gone, the genesis of this goes back almost 10 years now, to a master plan that was developed by the university in 2000 and then updated in 2002. Both Chairman Caprio as well as the governor and other people have mentioned the vision and the leadership of our former president, Bob Carruthers. He really led that charge. He gave us the ideas, the vision of what could be done over here, and we're fulfilling those dreams. And I would like to say and have you all recognize President Carruthers. In 2006, he set up a committee, which I was very proud to chair, that helped on the campaign. Many of these students that were out there, as the chairman said, knocking at doors, being at polling places, going to different events, and some of their predecessors did all of this back in 2006. But we had the former dean of the College of Pharmacy who was leading that charge as well, and that is Don Latendra, who is here with us today. Don? The campaign committee included Paul Larratt, Andrea Hopkins, Mike Simeone, Ian Lester, and myself. Would you please recognize and applaud for all of them as well? And the dean at that time put together a phenomenal building committee. When we begin these projects, it is really based upon the vision of the academic program. What the dean, what the faculty, what the researchers really believe in and what they need. We try to take their desires, their needs, and formulate that into a physical structure, the new building. That building committee continues today, but I'd like to have them all stand as I call out their name. Professor Chichester, Brett Ferre, Kathy Hayes, Paul Larratt, who is co-chair with Ian Lester, Celia McDonald, Matthew Stoner, and Christina Ward. Please recognize them. This building committee not only helped us formulate the original design in terms of the program and so that we turn that into a physical structure, but they also now will follow through as we develop the building over a period of the next 2 years to be sure that we are conforming with the desires and the needs that they have and making modifications if necessary to make sure that we outfit or fit out the building in the proper way. Speaking of fitting out, the gentleman I'm about to introduce has come onto the campus running at full speed. He's been phenomenal in just his first 2 months as the new president, the 11th president of the University of Rhode Island. David M. Dooley came to us from Montana State University, where for 16 years he was the provost and a dean. Prior to that, 15 years at Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts. He is a chemist by profession, a top-notch researcher, but more importantly, he has brought a new energy, a new enthusiasm about the new direction for the University of Rhode Island, which is absolutely contagious. Would you please welcome the 11th president of the University of Rhode Island, R. David Dooley.
Thank you, Bob. I want to basically accomplish 3 things, if I can, while I'm here today. First, I just want to acknowledge, as many have already, the importance of the partnerships inherent in this facility that's going to be constructed. It's a partnership, obviously, involving many parts of the university, the people of Rhode Island, the General Assembly, the Governor's Office, the work of the Governor personally on this. It's a partnership that also reaches out to the people of Rhode Island and beyond that to many companies and many donors. And we've heard today already about the importance of Tom Ryan and CVS Caremark and the difference that they're going to make in the facility behind me. But there's more to be done there. And I urge you all to think of participating if you haven't. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we've received an additional $100,000 today from Dr. Mustafa Omar and his foundation towards this facility, and he's working to shape even more gifts in the future in hopes that you will join him. Certainly, facilities like this would not exist if it weren't for the support of a lot of people, including our delegates in Washington, D.C., and the work that they do there on behalf of biomedical research and the health of Americans everywhere. And it's my pleasure today to read a letter that I've received on this occasion from Senator Jack Reed, and I would like to share that with you. Dear Mr. Dooley, as you celebrate today's groundbreaking festivities, I want to recognize the continued efforts by the University of Rhode Island to expand and enhance the education and training of students seeking a career in pharmacy. The pharmacy program continues to graduate outstanding pharmacists, strong researchers, and experts in the field of public health. This new state-of-the-art facility will provide updated classrooms and laboratories and the latest technology to enhance the ability of professors to better prepare students for success and provide researchers the tools to keep our state and country on the forefront of medical breakthroughs and advanced treatment options. Robust investment in biomedical research funding through the National Institutes of Health is also critical to this effort. As you know, just this year, the pharmacy program at URI was able to benefit from an additional $18 million in NIH research funding. I will continue to support such investments and look forward to learning about the discoveries made by students and researchers through this funding and future federal investments. I wish you success as work begins on this new addition to the university's campus. Warmest regards, sincerely, Jack Reed. Finally, I just want to say a very brief few words about the symbol that you see on the front of this podium. I wrote a few weeks ago that the University of Rhode Island primarily exists for one reason, and that's to help our students fulfill their hopes and their dreams. And there's something very special about coming to work every day at an institution that has the word hope emblazoned on its seal. I know of no other institution in the country that can make that claim. And it's something that inspires me every day, and I hope inspires you every day, and inspires, I know, the faculty of this institution and the students that you see in the back, is we're here for them. We're here for their hopes, the hopes of their families, the hopes for the citizens of Rhode Island, the hopes for the citizens of this nation, for a high quality of life, a better future, a bright future, a future lived in good health, and enjoy with one's friends and relatives, with one's families, with one's friends. Nothing is more important than those hopes. Nothing is more important than the people being able to fulfill those dreams. And that's what facilities like this are all about. That's what this university is all about. And it's what makes today such a special day for all of us here. And I ask all of us to remember that when we come to work, when we make our contributions for facilities like this, when we do a whole host of mundane things every day, we're really talking about hope. As a scientist, I've long been attracted to science, and to scientists, although I'm married to a minister. But ministers and scientists have one thing that's really important that's in common. And that is they both believe that there are no phenomena too complicated to be understood, and no problem too big to be solved. And yes, we have very large problems in front of us. We all know that. This nation has very large problems in front of it collectively. But they are not too big for us to solve. They are not too big for this state to rebound and become the state that everybody looks to for leadership in the United States. And they are not too big for this country to rebound once again and become the country that all of us love and want to see succeed at the highest possible levels. And they are not too big for every one of our students to succeed and fulfill their hopes and dreams. And that's what we're here to celebrate today, and that's what this building and the faculty and students who work in it will help us all accomplish. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I would like to recognize a couple other people that really make this building and will make this building very possible. At the university, we have been blessed with some great employees who do work day in and day out to make sure that the quality of construction, the quality of design, the quality of the infrastructure that goes on here at the campus is top rate. The people who worked on this particular project and will continue to do so, I'd like to recognize. From the University of Rhode Island, Vern Wyman, Mary Brennan, Ryan Carrillo, Paul DePace, Michelle Ferrucci, and Thomas Frisbee Fulton have been part of our design team. Please recognize them. We have been truly blessed to have great architects here at the university. The Build Behind Us, the Center for Biotechnology and Life Sciences, and also now the College of Pharmacy building have been designed by one of the best architects in the country, Payette Associates, out of Boston, Massachusetts. And with us today are Todd Sloan, David Feth, and Jim Martin. Jim? Todd? David? And I think they're here, but they recently won the contract for this building, Suffolk Construction, in a very tight and very competitive marketplace. As a general contractor, they are known throughout the country as one of the top contractors, general contractors, and we're very pleased to have them as our contractor for the new College of Pharmacy. The price was extremely good, so that helps an awful lot as well. Thank you very much, Suffolk Construction. Thank you. To all of us here, the name Thomas Ryan probably is very, very familiar. For many of the students who came in as freshmen this September, they don't know Tom Ryan. They don't know who he is. They know the Ryan Center because that's where they go to watch basketball games and other functions. But Tom has been a fixture of this university since about 1971, I think it was. 1970, he corrected me. And he graduated in 1974, 75, and he has been a fixture here for many, many years. Not only has he and his wife Kathy contributed an enormous amount of money, but he has chaired the capital campaign. He has been involved in the search for our new president, David Dooley. He has been involved and really been an integral part of the university, the best alum a university could have. He has given money, he has given time, he has given talent. How much more can you ask for but then a great speech this morning? Tom Ryan.
Time, money, and speech. Well, 2 out of 3 is not bad. This is a great day for all of us, and I'm speaking as a pharmacist and as a proud alum of the university. It's been 10 years in the making. A lot of us thought it would never happen because of the challenges that we have. I see Dean Latendra back there smiling ear to ear, but you know, I graduated, I came to school in 1970. Seems like 39 years ago. I walked through those doors. I guess I walked through the Fogarty Hall in 72, and there are some professors here who are wondering how I walked out of Fogarty Hall, but I managed to, I did manage to get through it. I would like to thank the governor, lieutenant governor, and governor, this whole issue about play hard and you know sportsmanship and you really put out, you did well. That may work at Brown. At URI, we're here to win. And also Senator Whitehouse and Chairman Caprio. This obviously would, people keep mentioning City of Caremark, our folks, and we're happy to support the school, but it's everybody's school, and a lot of donors participated, and we couldn't have done it without the support of the congressional group and the Board of Governors, state and the federal support that we got. Bob Crothers, I mentioned I had a breakfast this morning. It's Bob's persistence and passion for this university and his vision is one of the reasons why we're here today. So congratulations, Bob, for the fight. And President Dooley and Dean Jordan, this is a great way to mark your first year of leadership. This is going to be a tough road to hoe, right? Tough road to raise, but I know you guys are going to do a great job. As I said, I did start, I came to URI in 1970. When I entered pharmacy school in Fogarty, we had half the building was nursing and half was pharmacy. And I was one of the leaders of interdisciplinary education in that time. I thought it was great to have an academic and a social interface. So, probably spent more time on that side. But healthcare, Lieutenant Governor talked about healthcare, and obviously it's on the minds of everybody in the country. And we have a challenge in this country around healthcare. We're spending $2.5 trillion, and we need to expand it, but we also need to find a way to reform it. So you get groups on both sides talking about expansion, but you also need to reform to be able to pay for it. I will tell you this, in all my conversations with White House staff, with Senate side, with our own team, and our own delegation, and also in the House, that people understand the value of pharmacy. right? So students back there, you're entering a great profession. Every dollar spent on pharmacy lowers healthcare costs by $7, right? So it's a good spend. It just makes sense, right? It's a great ROI for healthcare. Now we have to make sure that we educate the students to be able to do that. It's changed a lot over the years. Students are more involved in infusion and pharmacogenomics and diabetes testing and diabetes counseling. And the building that I guess we're going to build right here, which, by the way, is this the ugliest building you've ever seen? The same architect. I always thought it was an oxymoron. They built a fine arts building. It doesn't even go. But what will happen with the students and the education that they're going to get, I think, is just it's going to be bar none. You have to understand, for those of you who don't know, we employ 20,000 pharmacists around the country, and we recruit heavily around the country. And there's 100+ colleges of pharmacy, and they're all competing for the best talent, not only students, but also faculty. And you know, it is what it is. You have to have the best asset. And I believe that the building that we're going to put up, and the job under Ron's leadership, we will have the best asset. So we will attract the best faculty. We will attract the best students. And at the end of the day, it's all about collaboration, as the Lieutenant Governor said, right? If we can work privately and publicly together, the students and faculty can work together, I think it's going to be good for the state and good for the university and just good in general for the economy and healthcare. So I'm proud to be a supporter. I would just like to take 1 minute and ask my CVS Caremark colleagues to stand up and just be recognized. Because you stand up, you guys. You do all the work and I get the credit, but you guys are the ones that actually drive it. So congratulations. This is a great day for the state, for the profession of pharmacy, and for all university alumni and students. Thank you very much.
Told you you'd give a great speech. Bob Beagle is in the back of the room now changing our motto to think big, we win. I'd like to thank, though, before we have 2 more speakers, but I want to thank this last group of people who made today possible. They're the members of the groundbreaking committee. That includes Paul Witham, Cheryl Trudeau, Sharon Kenyon, Andrea Hopkins, Doug Michael, Dawn Strickland, Dave LaValle, Jerry Sidio, Rick Popovich, Ron Jordan, Barbara Warburton, Paul DePace, and Linda Ricciardo. Please give them a warm thank you. Now the man who has to make everything happen within the building. He's the new Dean of Pharmacy. He came to us as from the public area as well as the private profession, but he's also a graduate of the University of Rhode Island, so he knows full well what the URI is all about. He's a proud alum, and as I said, he's the new Dean of the College of Pharmacy. Please welcome Ron Jordan.
Thank you, Bob. Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Senator Whitehouse, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate all the support that we get. We've had a good time bringing students down to visit with Senator Whitehouse. He always makes time for the great group of people that we have in the back that are the future of this profession. Tom, CVS, we really appreciate that. Tom's personal guidance and support of the college is exemplary. I'm personally indebted to him, and I know that all of our faculty and staff are very grateful for everything they've done. To start off, and I've only got a minute, I'm going to try to go as quick as we can so we can keep Tom here for the actual groundbreaking. I want to present President Dooley with a sterling silver trowel that will symbolize his first groundbreaking at URI, and also probably the laying of the first brick and the last brick in this great building and great program here. The trowel was made, engraved, and donated by one of our entrepreneurial pharmacy alumni, Peter M. DeCristofaro from Tom's class of 1975. Is he around somewhere, Peter? Worked to make this happen. He was part of the venerable and now historic jewelry industry in Providence, but I want to make this presentation to you, President. A building project of this nature is important to the college and the university, and it draws so many thoughts that it's hard to know precisely what to say in the short amount of time that I have available. I think it's best to start and finish my minute or two with the students. All of the efforts of our college, its administration, our excellent faculty and staff are dedicated to developing the talent of our students. In this area, for more than 50 years, the University of Rhode Island College of Pharmacy and its predecessor school, the Rhode Island School of Pharmacy on Benefit Street in Providence, have been very fortunate to graduate and field some of the best pharmacists in the country, many of whom are with us today. Our Doctor of Pharmacy program, the core focus of our mission, boasts one of the most sought-after seats in pharmacy education in the Northeast. Our students are excellent because our faculty and program are excellent. Our faculty care about and engage our students in quality learning. And whenever I ask students or alumni as I travel around what makes or made our program great at the University of Rhode Island, the answer is it's all about our faculty. The dedication to excellence that our students enjoy is further evidenced by the fact that every single faculty member and staff member of the College of Pharmacy has made a personal donation to make this building a reality, and I thank them for all of their help. As you've heard, there were many people that were critical to making this building possible that we celebrate today. I would also be remiss if I did not recognize the hard work and vision of President Robert Carruthers and former Dean Don Latender. Thank you both for being here. Thank you for all the work that you've done with the community and the legislature and that made this building possible. This new physical facility will further enhance our success, but the building is just a means to an end. Our faculty research, graduate programs, and a new degree in the pharmaceutical sciences will help direct our work in developing new drug products, in delivering patient care, and improving health throughout the state and the world beyond. We think our college will be an important driver to the state's economy. As you've heard, we hope to build new public and private partnerships, and this building will be a part of making it possible for us to grow our facility. Now, to give a perspective of the student on what this new facility will mean, let me introduce Andrew G. Carteret, a Doctor of Pharmacy from the class of 2011. Andrew?
Welcome students, faculty, contributors, and supporters to the College of Pharmacy groundbreaking ceremony. Today marks an important milestone for both current and future personnel involved in the pharmaceutical sciences here at the University of Rhode Island. For most of us, today is a symbol of a transition we'll face in the coming months, from a building rooted back in 1963 to a state-of-the-art facility in the process of construction. For others, today is a symbol of a new beginning, a fresh start to lead the way towards effective healthcare. This groundbreaking celebration instills a newfound appreciation for our profession, whether we are educators developing innovative teaching practices, researchers analyzing new procedures, or students learning the interactions of cytochrome P450. We all share a common mission to serve others through our healthcare approaches. On behalf of the students, we will sure miss room 214. However, the fluttering of the blinds, the Arctic-like climate, or desert conditions depending on the day, can graciously be left within poverty. With this new building, we look forward to improved technological advances to enhance our learning and a new student lounge for both academic and social engagement. I'm sure it will take time for us to adjust to our new setting, but as long as there's a room labeled the reading room for all of us to stress out both before and after exams, I'm sure we'll cope just fine. With all these upgrades and areas of significant improvement, I can be sure that we are all most looking forward to the buffet-style snack time Denise will surely provide. Even though I am in my 5th year, soon to start clinical rotations, and quite possibly miss the benefits of this new building, I'm proud to stand here today and be a part of this history. As a representative of the pharmacy population, we thank those who spent countless hours drafting the new building, seeking donations, and of course those who sponsored this new addition to the URI community. It is because of your efforts that we have been given this gift. Again, I thank you.
2 points I'd like to make. First of all, I think Andrew probably has friends from the College of Nursing here as well. Is that true? Second, he and they are what this is all about. Please give these students a great round of applause. We're about to break ground, which will be to your left, my right over here. So we're going to ask all of the people who have spoken here this morning, including President Carruthers, to join us over here, as well as Dean Latondra, if you would join us as well. I just want to give you one more sense of what this space and place will be like. Behind you will soon be, in about 2 months from now, a barren area that will turn into a gorgeous green quadrangle that will framed by these 3 buildings in the next 2 years. The College of Pharmacy building will begin from my far right and run toward the Coastal Institute building. If you take a look at this graphic over here, you'll get a sense of it. When we're down at this level, it's very hard to see what it is like, but it will clearly be a phenomenal opportunity, not only in terms of architecture, but in terms of learning. We also ask you to join us for a reception that will be in the foyer area of the Center for Biotechnology and Life Sciences, which will be able to exit right out here through those double doors and 1 flight down. There are elevators as well as a staircase. You'll get a sense when you go into that building, which is a Payette design as well, the grandeur and the glory, and most importantly, the quality of the work that's gone into the building for Center for Biotechnology that will go into the new College of Pharmacy building. Thank you again on behalf of President Dooley and all of the faculty and staff for coming here this morning for the College of Pharmacy groundbreaking. Thank you very much.